would be any kind of day if we didn't have, what would we like to say, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, every day of the week. It could be whatever's going to happen, or something happens, what's happening, something breaking news. I don't know what I was doing right there, everybody. But very first thing I want to talk about is Furiosa, because Furiosa has come into streaming. That's right. It didn't take that long, did it? Unfortunately, this movie did so bad in box office, they're already releasing it, which sucks. I still liked it. $168 million, and it had a budget of $160 million. So, not doing well, Furiosa. You can buy it at home for $29.99, and you can rent it for 24-hour rental for $24.99 on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and more, starting June 25th. So we're not that far away. And breaking news time, Edward Hyde. And also Tom Hardy came forward and said that he has a secret thing going on in the works. He's working on something, but it's not going to be the Wasteland movie, because he said that's, I'm pretty sure, I think that's not happening, which makes sense after all this. And we know that George Miller was saying that probably wouldn't happen, unfortunately, but something that did take a long time to happen, but is happening. Maybe it'll happen to Furiosa. Is Gladiator 2. And Gladiator 2 is moving forward, and they've been showing some footage from this, from the Ridley Scott epic sequel to the freaking 2003 it was, I think it came out. Insane. It's been forever since we've had Gladiator. And everyone's raving about her now. Paramount's saying that it has the biggest action sequence of all time on film for this. And people are just raving. They say it's be the best thing ever. Paramount needs to fucking win. They really do really bad right now. So I hope it is good. But Ridley Scott's excited. He said it was worth the wait. And they've been playing little trailers and teasers for it recently at a bunch of events over the world. And I'm excited about it more and more because there's just buzz around this whole thing. It took a long time to get here. Pedro Pascal, of course, is in this. Paul Mescal's in here. Denzel Washington's in this one. But honestly, I think Pedro's kind of the main focus of this whole thing, so hopefully he kicks some ass, and we are pretty happy to be back in the Gladiator, in the Octagon one more time. I'm excited to see it. But I'm also excited about Super Mario Brothers 2, or Super Mario 2, or whatever some people fucking call it, because Miyamoto's still not saying what it's going to be. He goes, it's the next one. It's the next one, but we're not saying if it's a direct sequel, or if it's like Super Smash Brothers, or if it's maybe Luigi's Mansion. Who knows? But we do know after $1.35 billion, they're definitely doing another one. And now they officially released a date when we get this, April 3rd, 2026. So it's not that far away. Well, it's some time. Damn. But we have a release date for it, for this unknown Mario sequel movie. And I just can't wait to see what happens. I mean, Chris Pratt, we probably do 3 more animated voices before he gets back to Mario again. He'll probably be, I don't know, like I said, maybe Gumby. Then he'll be, I don't know, he'll be another character that was just maybe he'll be, maybe Sonic all of a sudden. Chris Pratt, Sonic, why not? Sorry, Sonic. But anyways, that's moving forward. And another video game movie.
The Gumby casting.
You think he could be
Gumby?
We were talking about Gumby on Friday.
Convincing Gumby, actually.
I see him as Pokey. The horse.
Pokey, yeah. No, after I said it out loud, Sean.
Yeah.
You can poke away at it, He can be Pokey.
Yeah, let him be Pokey, man. Yeah.
Or maybe a Pokey. He's not, he's not postmodern enough to be Prickle, the dinosaur.
Maybe they'll throw him in Street Fighter, though, Mike, because Street Fighter's moving forward, too. Well, it's kind of on hold because they've tried to do their movie of Street Fighter since the 90s one, and over at Amazon it's supposed to happen, but now it's on hold because they lost their directors. The directors from Talk to Me, which was a great freaking movie. I really like Talk to Me. I think that from A24, but they have another A24 project that's kind of not lining up with this they signed on before. So Danny and Michael Philippou, I've dropped off of the project right now. So what will happen with this? I mean, come on, Street Fighter, guys. I can't wait to see more Street Fighter. Let's do it right. I mean, I don't know if we can match that Jean-Claude Van Damme version, but that shit was really garbage.
Don't even touch it.
Don't even touch the 94 classic, right? But it's still happening, moving forward, unlike Blade. I don't know if Blade's ever going to happen. But Wesley Snipes came forward to talk about this too. And he had a little comment over there, and he says, after more than 25 years since he starred as Blade, he goes, Blade, lordy, folks. Still looking for that secret sauce. Riding snowmobiles in traffic, kind of rough. I don't know what that really means. But he wrote this on X. Then he said,
I'm glad you don't know either, Brian. I had no idea what it meant when I read that tweet.
In traffic, kind of rough. I know. Then he said, daywalkers make it look easy, don't they? So, I mean, I guess. I don't know.
No idea. Hey, GR, turn off your stream, buddy.
You're getting a little feed from me.
Again.
I don't have anything on.
Okay.
Oh, I lost him. Something happened. But yeah, this is moving forward maybe eventually, but I don't know what the hell he's even saying about this, right? I have no idea what he's saying about it. So maybe someone can decipher that later on. I don't know. But there is a big rumor that Wesley Snipes' version of Blade will be in Deadpool and Wolverine. That's been going on for a while. I've been talking about this. But will they be in there? I don't know. There's some people rumored for this. But also, Sean Levy came forward and said that, he would love to do a Spider-Man Deadpool movie. That's something he would love to do. The thing about Deadpool is he thinks he makes everything more interesting because of his audacity. But boy, oh boy, I'm sure I'd love to see Deadpool and Spidey. That'd be a movie I love to make. And honestly, I would love to see that too. Like, why not throw Deadpool and they're like two costume characters together again? I think that shit would be awesome. Sean, have they ever been together before in the comic books at all? Spider-Man and Deadpool? Is that a thing? And that's something that maybe comic book fans would be like looking for?
Yeah. A few little team ups throughout the years. I even believe there was a Deadpool Spider-Man like team up miniseries actually a long time ago. But yeah, I think it's also one of the only characters that makes Peter Parker a little insecure and a little maybe uneasy with how familial Deadpool will be. There's actually some good art out there of Deadpool, and he basically just throws a bunch of patches on Spider-Man's outfit and gives him a giant gun and like, you're set, you're good, we're going to battle kind of thing. So yeah, that's happened before. Don't want to see it in a movie though. Let's go.
Oh, we'll get more about that later. But somebody else rumored to be in that Deadpool Wolverine movie, of course, is Sir Ian McKellen as Magneto, and I believe this because they had that whole thing coming forward being like, Patrick and I are in something together. Patrick Stewart actually said that that we're in something together with Marvel, and can't wait for everybody to see it. It's like, why are you leaking that shit, man? But I guarantee he's in there. But he also fell off the stage this week. He fell off the stage while performing during the Player Kings, and he actually fractured his wrist. So it was a whole thing that people were talking about online. He screamed, like he freaking screamed when he fell off the stage, like curdling scream. Everyone was like, oh shit, is he gonna be fucking okay? Which I would wonder too at his age too. You fall off the stage like that. We want fucking Gandalf to come back. We want him to come back in The Hobbit, or I should say the Gollum movie, and we want to see more Magneto maybe, but he's getting kind of old, so it's tough. I'm happy that he's doing better. Everyone's wishing him a speedy, full recovery, as we are as well, but it sounds like he's in good spirits and he will be rocking back before you know it. Magneto will wind up in the hospital already. Yeah, but he would get out of that hospital if he was actually me. He would fucking bend some shit and fly out like he did in the X-Men movies, But speaking of the X-Men movies too, Alan Cumming came forward and said that was the gayest project he's worked on, is X-Men too. Yeah, interesting enough, right? He goes, I think the X-Men film that I'm in is the gayest film that I've ever done. He said, and that's me saying it. That's me saying it. He goes ahead, and this is where he gets into it. He goes, it's hard for me to even say this shit. It's got a queer director, lots of queer actors in it. I love the fact that something so mainstream and so comic book world is so queer. Fuck yeah, good for you, man. It's weird to say like this. Maybe he's coming back. Maybe he's in Deadpool too. That's why he's talking about this again. Who freaking knows? But maybe they can all battle off against the boys. Because the boys, this is another funny thing I saw, that Tilda Swinton was actually cast as the octopus in the boys. I had no idea. I'm like watching the show and I'm like, that's her. She did a great job. It's so fucking creepy with her in the deep during all that. But I was shocked to see that she was in this too. But good for her. They said they were trying to find like a classy British actor. And they said, Judi Dench was not available, but they were joking about how they threw her the script and she loved it. It was funny, and so they went and shot it. They went to her, shot it, and then popped it in the movies or the show, I should say. So, and it's great. It's funny. That's just funny shit with her in the deep, and it's creepy and weird. And I can't wait to see where it goes this season when people find out they're still humping the night away on a hump day. But also another squid was in Resident Alien, which has been renewed, everybody. It's been renewed. It's been picked up. It's found a new home over on the USA Network. So Sci-Fi, of course, dropped. We talked about this not too long ago, and now USA is picking it up. And I imagine more people will probably see it now. I don't think people have Sci-Fi like they used to. I know it was live on the Cock. You're watching on Peacock for a while too, but now maybe because it was on the Cock already, it was an easy transition to go over to USA Network. So hopefully it does really well. But something that's been doing great is Baby Reindeer, but it has a lot of ramifications because that lawsuit is still moving forward for $170 million defamation lawsuit. And right now, one of the lawyers came forward, the Baby Reindeer lawyer that's actually in charge of the whole defamation suit, alleging that the giant streamer Netflix and Richard Gadd, they branded it inappropriately in the very beginning. The beginning whole thing where it says that this is a series, a true story, that opening line, this is a true story, he was saying, really fucked them over completely. He said, they should never said that, but they did. This is far worse than negligence, he said. This is intentional misconduct. If you were told, don't make it a true story, and they said, it was a true story, It's confusing, but I mean, they think they get $170 million from Netflix. I kind of doubt it. I feel like their people had to vet the whole thing, go back and forth, but they are mounting, they say, a vigorous defense against them. And we'll see what happens. Can they win? Can they win? I don't think they will. But you know what? I do know a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news. Happy hump day. Hap it up, hump it up, hump it up. Thank you all for being here. Round of applause, round of applause.
Vigorous defense.
No defense here. I'm just saying, queer comics and queer stories in comic books is actually a very healthy subgenre of comics. There's a lot of great stories out there, a lot of really great creators telling diverse stories within the queer narrative. Just to the top of my head, Saga, Cosmonites, Lore Olympus. Lore Olympus is really great too, but Cosmonites, I just finished reading some of that, and but yeah. Go support queer creators out there. Read some queer comic books if you do feel so inclined to.
Comic books have always been 10 years ahead of the culture, Sean.
Well, I think
spot on.
Well, I think it's more or less it's that stigma that comic books are such a just a like a hobby to kind of put aside, and it's for the cast outs, and it's not really. It hasn't had this mainstream appeal in a long time. This is the hottest comic books have ever been, and so. I feel like a lot of creators have been drawn to that art form as a way to kind of express themselves and still find an audience because that's where they're going to be. It's really cool. A lot of good stories out there within queer comics. So yeah.
I just love that he said it like that. It was just he was really diving in. I was like, okay, good man. It's fucking great. It's fucking great. Alan Cumming, man, he's great.
I'm breaking the format here. I got to save my one-liner for the the breaking news, the hot take.
Yeah.